baseball field and you see a player stomping their feet, talking back to a coach. What would you think of that person as a ball player? A hothead, a troublemaker? Some people would even stare at that player. It's just embarrassing all around. I'm Lopanec, and I play softball for DeBold St. Louis Extreme softball team. And softball is my passion. I've been playing softball for about 9 or 10 years if you count t-ball. And as I've gotten older, I've started to see more and more bad attitudes on and off the field. And those attitudes will affect the way a player sees the game. From a player's perspective, seeing your teammate giving the coach attitude, or even if they just stomp their feet, or just showing bad body language, it shows that that player is troubling and might be a problem on the team. And nobody wants to be that person. But having an attitude can make you become someone like that, like it or not. I was at a tournament and I saw this girl who was kicking the dirt up, slouching her shoulders, walking back to her position, which at the time had been third base. And one pitch later, the batter hits the ball to second base, and the second baseman throws it to third. Now that girl who'd been playing third was still pouting about that last play. So when the ball was thrown at her, she made an error. Now her coach had said something like, "Come on girls, we need to make that play." And the girl turns around and starts firmly talking back to her coach, loud enough to hear off the field. Many people stared, and the coach pulled her right off the field. For that girl, she was now seeing the game in a whole different perspective. Most coaches would bench their player if they act like that. So having the right attitude can help a person have a greater experience towards softball. Even if you strike out, make a bad play, get a bad hit, it doesn't matter. You just have to move on and get over it. Sitting on the bench just because you have an attitude doesn't make you a bad ball player. All it says is that you just have to get over it and persevere. And you have to go into each game, each at bat, each pitch with an I can, I will attitude. Having the right attitude does not just apply towards softball or sports. It also applies to regular life. Recently, I just got out of a cast because I broke my finger playing volleyball at school, which kept me out of softball for 9 weeks. And every couple of days, I get to go to therapy. And it's really, really hard. I have to work really hard to get my finger back to where it was before I broke it. And every time I go to therapy, I go in thinking, okay, today I'm gonna get my finger to touch all the way down to the bottom of my hand. And if I wouldn't have had the right attitude, I probably wouldn't be playing softball this early. Now, I want all of you, the next time you're in a situation like this, I want you to have the right attitude and make it a good one. If you have the right attitude, nothing can stop you from achieving your goals. Thank you.